The white cloaks are right.
I want to start making some commentary on the characters in Wheel of Prime Season 2, so I figured I would start with our boy, Rand al'Thor, and of the millions of things that pissed me off about his depiction in Season 2, the number one thing that made me the most mad was Rand and his lack of personal growth. The first 4 Wheel of Time books follow a pretty clean arc. In The Eye of the World, Rand grows from a boy into a man. In The Great Hunt, he grows from a man to a leader of men, but men that he personally knows. In The Dragon Reborn, he backslides and tries to solve all of his problems as an individual rather than as a leader of men, before realizing that isn't how success in the real world is achieved. Finally, in The Shadow Rising, he progresses from a leader of men that he knows into a leader of men that he doesn't know personally. Throughout those first 4 books, he grows from a boy into a man, from a man into a captain, and finally from a captain into a king. In The Wheel of Prime Season 2, Rand does not in any way grow into a leader of men. In fact, he does the opposite of that. He spends the entire seasoning functioning as Lanfear and Moiraine's handbags. To emphasize this point, I present to you, unedited, all of Rand al'Thor's dialogue from Episode 5 of Season 2.
Why are we running? You killed her! I don't understand. She was a Forsaken. How did she...
The White Tower. Are we going back to...
Hey, what are you doing? I knew. Somehow I knew you'd be back. Tell me the truth. All of it. But the Forsaken, they were trapped. And the rest of them. She'll know we're here. Sleep when we sleep eventually.
What are you talking about? Just tell him, right?
You can keep us awake with the one power. Right?
Nephew.
I'm not a warder.
Time to go.
You said I can't sleep or she'll find me.
You want her to. I don't know.
If you'd asked me a few days ago, I would have said she wanted me. To be with me.
But she was a dark friend.
And what? You want to make her think she has? You want me to pretend to be in love with a Forsaken?
She'll see right through it.
Maybe.
I don't know.
But whatever she is, I don't think everything between us was a lie. And if you fall asleep, you're exhausted.
Correcting for grammar, he speaks 28 sentences. 17 of them are questions. 61% of Rand's dialogue is asking a question. And these questions are almost exclusively asking Moiraine what is happening or what he should do. I've seen toddlers less dependent on their mothers than Rand is on Moiraine. And that's great if the goal is to show off that Rosamund Pike is playing a girl boss with all the answers, but it really sucks when the point is to establish a main character that the audience is supposed to like and needs to very soon stand on his own 2 feet. Rand in the show isn't a character growing into being a leader of men. He's not even a character the writer of the episode respects. He's a call and response dummy to provide exposition. At no point in this episode does Rand string even 3 declarative statements together. Up until the final scene of the episode, these are all of his statements that are not questions.
I knew. Somehow I knew you'd be back. Tell me the truth. All of it. She'll know we're here. Sleep when we sleep eventually. I'm not a warder.
What's even the point of this character? Rand al'Thor is such a joke in this show that the writers of the show specifically go out of their way to emphasize that Rand did not have a good idea, and it was in fact Moiraine that came up with the plan.
Whose idea was it? This little trick.
The Aes Sedai's. The young man who seemed to be off in a daze, only following them.
Of course he was.
Rohit Kumar, I'm begging you to answer. Why was this scene necessary?
I'm not about to let a man take credit for a woman's work.
The show is claiming that it plans to follow The Shadow Rising more faithfully next season.
That's a fake laugh. It's real!
But I have no idea how they plan to do that if Rand is going to continue to be
a non-entity trying to preserve the anonymity he so richly deserves.
Rand starts threatening the execution of Tyrant High Lords at the beginning of The Shadow Rising. Does anybody think that this guy...
Rand, you're gonna have to do something. Back home. I'm a shield.
...is going to be up for this?
You will go to Berelain, he told them, surprised at how calm his voice was. By tomorrow midday you will have offered her the treaty I want, or by sunset tomorrow I'll hang both of you. If I have to hang High Lords every day 2 by 2, I will. I will send every last one of you to the gallows if you won't obey me. Now get out of my sight. The quiet tone seemed to affect them more than his shouting had. Even Mylon looked uneasy as they backed away, bowing at every other step, murmuring protestations of undying loyalty and everlasting obedience. They sickened him. "Get out!" he roared. And they abandoned dignity, almost fighting with one another to pull the doors open. They ran.
The character is broken, and it's not even the 3rd season of the show yet. Maybe Showa Egwene will be able to get something done, but Randa spent 2 season finales laying on the ground and only succeeding because Ishamael wanted him to do so. This character is pathetic and the show sucks. Let me know if you think I'm wrong about any of this. Leave a note in the comments. Thanks all, and Merry Christmas.